Hello everybody, welcome to my first video tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to get the power from a USB cable, or basically how to get power from your USB port in order to use it for your own USB experiments or USB gadgets, for example for a self-built fan. Of course we need a few things for this, so first of all I'm going to start off with what we need. First of all we need a luster terminal or a chocolate block. This is not necessary, but it will make things way easier for us. And you can already see that there's a bit of stuff cut off, but we don't care for that for now. Then we will also, of course, need a scissors, like you can see here. We will also need a cross-tip screwdriver for the luster terminal, if you will use the luster terminal. We will need a LED for testing out may we actually get the power from the PC. And of course we will also need a USB cable. Right now here we can see a USB cable with a USB A and with a USB B connector. We will mainly need the USB A connector. So yeah, let me just cut the package off, let me unbox the cable, and then let's just continue through with the main part of the tutorial. Okay, so welcome back to my video tutorial. Right here you can see that I just unboxed the USB cable. What we will need to do next is basically just take the cable and cut it through at whatever position we would like to cut it through. So I'm just gonna take the half of the cable in this case, and I'm just gonna cut it off in the middle. So let me just grab the scissor right now and just cut it through. This won't need too much power for now. So yeah, there we go. Now you have to touch the end of the USB A plug, of the male USB A plug, and then we will have to de-isolate the cable. That basically means getting the white plastic stuff around the cable in it, just get it off so we can access the wires inside the USB cable better. To do this, you're just gonna take the scissor, which I'm just grabbing right now, and you have to sort of try to cut only the plastic off. This works way better if you just turn the scissors around a few times, around the cable a few times. Just make sure you don't in any way hurt or damage the wires inside the cable. As soon as you wrap the plastic part off, you should be seeing a few Cooper wires, and as this process to actually get the plastic off takes some time, I'm just gonna pause the video once again, and I'm just gonna come back to you as soon as we can see the Cooper wire inside the cable. So welcome back for the second time within this tutorial. Right here you can now see that we get the Cooper wires inside inside the cable. The Cooper wires are only the isolation of the cable, and you can also see that this special cable is also de-isolated with a plastic, with a silver foil right here. So we will not need the silver foil or the Cooper wires, so the outer Cooper wires in any way. So let me just cut the silver foil and the Cooper wires off, or just try to get these aside. Yeah, just try to get these aside basically. And as soon as we cut off all the Cooper wires, you can see right now that my table is getting a bit untidy, but that doesn't care for now. We will have a better view on the 4 cables within the silver foil. If there's no silver foil in your cable, that's not a problem either. Right now you can see that we got a green, white, black, and red wire right here. The green and the white wire are basically for the data transport of the USB cable, so for example for game controllers or so. And then the red and the black wire, these two sorry, these two wires sorry again, these two wires are simply for the energy. So we will not need the white or the green wire in any way today, because we will not do any USB controller. So we're just gonna try to basically get power from a USB port to enlighten a LED. So I just cut the two green and white wires off so I can focus on the black and on the red wire right here. Sorry once again. Okay, so we will also need to de-isolate these two wires. You can see that there's just way less plastic around it than on the standard, on the white plastic stuff. So do not actually cut the cable here. Just put your scissor around it. Just really just do a bit of pressure on the cable and try to wrap it off with as less force as possible, because else you will just cut the cable off because it's just that small. Okay, so this process might take some time too, because you gotta be careful to not actually cut any of the wires off. If you still cut the wires off, then you will just have to de-isolate a bit more of the white cable and get a bit more of the isolation off. Okay, now we can see that I just cut off both of the isolations. So once again we can see that the red cable, this is basically the plus 5 volt cables, and that the black cable is the ground cable. So let me just connect this to my USB port on the PC. And right now, yeah, let me just connect this basically to the USB port. Okay. You can see that I got a LED in my hand. Please never use a LED without a resistor for a longer period of time, because it will just burn through. Right now, let's see, maybe we get power from the USB port. So you can see, okay, that's basically the wrong way of the LED. Yeah, so let me just turn it around, and it should get really hot. Okay, you can see that the LED is enlightening, and it's getting pretty damn hot here. Yeah, you can see that the LED is enlightening. If you're gonna use any LED, then always use some resistor, for example 120 ohm or even more. Just use some resistor, because else the LED is simply gonna burn through. Okay, so if we want to come back to the chocolate block or the luster terminal, you can simply get the two ends of the chocolate block, or you can actually just put the two wires into the chocolate block, and this will make it easier to connect further stuff, for example like any engines or other LEDs or whatever, for example what you need for a self-built USB gadget fan. um, and we will of course also need the screwdriver for the luster terminal. I hope you enjoyed my first video tutorial. I hope you learned a bit from this, and yeah, have fun with your self-built USB gadgets.